It's my pleasure today to be interviewing His Excellency Williams Nkurunziza, the Rwandan High Commissioner to the UK and Ireland. Your Excellency, thank you for your time today.
Most welcome.
We're going to be talking a bit around the Rwandan genocide and how the country has lived and worked with the legacy of that. And it would be really good to start with if we could just talk a little bit about your own story. And I know that your family and yourself were in exile for many years. I wonder if you could say how that came about and about the impact of that on your family and yourself.
Thank you so much. My personal story is really a microcosm of the story of hundreds of thousands of other Rwandans who in 1959 either became victims or survivors of the first genocide that we had in our country. 1959, close to 250,000 people were killed in the first genocide in our country. Many people died, and my family ran out to escape the killers at the time. I was about 2 years old, and I found myself in Uganda with my parents and my siblings. My family was just one of tens of thousands of other families that found themselves running out of Rwanda, either into Uganda or into Kenya or into Tanzania or Burundi or the Democratic Republic of the Congo, to run from this first pogrom that we witnessed in our country. And I remember growing up in a refugee camp until I was about 15. That was a life that, other children my age experienced. And it was not an easy life. It was a life of extreme want and deprivation. It was a life in which parents had been uprooted from their country, from their homes, from their properties, and became refugees in a foreign land. It wasn't easy.
What was your understanding as you grew up about what was happening in Rwanda?
For a long time, as you grew up, you really didn't understand, because as a child you grow up and you assume that what you see is what is normal. But as you grow up and you begin to understand and you go to school, then you begin to see that you're actually a little different from the people that actually belong to the country in which you find yourself as a refugee, because they begin to remind you that you don't belong. You suddenly discover that you do not have equal access to facilities, to schools, to jobs, to employment opportunities like other people have. And you find yourself closed and caged in a refugee camp. You're physically reminded that you're different, and that begins to work on you.